let's get to the story of the weekend, which is on 2 points. One, LeBron James said, I think was it Friday or Saturday? He said the door is not closed on returning to Cleveland. He also said that his last year in the NBA, he wants to play wherever he plays, wherever Bronny is. That's where he's going to play. Okay. And by the way, Bronny's high school team, Sierra Canyon, was beaten Friday. They were upset by another private school called Harvard Westlake.
Wow.
At Sierra Canyon.
I didn't know that. Holy cow.
Yeah, I think Bronny had four points in the game. I mean, he's a good player, a good prospect, but I
saw the and like, you know, depending on what you believe of Rivals and all these ranking services, he's like in the 50s in his class, right? 50s or 60s?
Yeah, I'm like, look, if his name wasn't Bronny James, I think he'd be a very, very well-regarded college prospect, like a mid-major plus, high major minus, with the potential to be a high major player, right? So, I mean, I think most everybody would, outside of the super elites, would recruit him, and the super elites would probably recruit him, but not as like a one and done type kid, as a good program guy who has a chance to eventually. He's got a really high. He is a bright basketball player. He's a very good defensive player. He can make shots. Like, he looks the part. He's just not a star, right? It's just not a star. Anyway, so there's that LeBron part. Then comes out yesterday, multiple reports that Clutch Sports is not happy with Rob Pelinka because Pelinka would not pull the trigger on a trade deadline deal that would send Russell Westbrook and a future first-round pick, like in 2027, to Houston for John Wall, who, of course, hasn't played this year, is under contract with Houston, and is a Clutch Sports client. Now, this, I actually do want your reaction to. What do you think?
You want my reaction to everything, Doug.
No, I don't want to talk.
You do.
Point guard.
I
don't want to talk point.
You're in no fear. Not no. Greg Gard afraid of Juwan Howard, but nevertheless. I don't have a problem with both sides here. I don't think there's any problem with LeBron being upset. Hey, Lakers, why didn't you trade for John Wall? We could have used him. Westbrook stinks. But at the same time, the Lakers very clearly said, wait a minute. You and AD convinced us to trade for Westbrook because you guys like him. And it's a dumpster fire, and now you want us to clean up your mess? No, correct. Figure it out. So I don't have a problem with either side. Listen, LeBron gets what he wants. He is historically the greatest player in NBA history. Everywhere he's gone, he's won championships. He wins in Miami, stacked team. He goes to Cleveland. People want to play with him. Wins again. Takes down the great Warriors team. Then he goes to the Lakers, wins again, builds a team. So yeah, LeBron should get what he wants. I have no issue with him being upset with Pelinka. I don't really have any issue with anything he said All-Star Weekend. And Doug, again, I know you listen to Straight Fire all the time. It's been obvious for a while that this is what LeBron is going to do. He is going to become a free agent when his son is eligible to get drafted. I think we probably agree right now Bronny's not a lottery pick. Is he a first-round pick? Talent-wise, I don't know. I would lean on some of the guys who watch him all the time. But, Doug, I'll say this. Somebody is drafting him in the first round because they know they're getting LeBron James coming with him, that's setting up a Ken Griffey Jr. type scenario, which is LeBron has talked about for years. He wants to play with his son. It's never been done before in NBA history. Same team. It's been done in Major League Baseball. It was awesome for the sport. I think somebody will draft Bronny in the first round. If you're Sacramento, if you are Orlando, you want to sell out your arena all season long, you want the LeBron James goodbye tour with his younger son, you do it in a heartbeat. I think this is a win-win for the league, for LeBron. And I don't think Lakers fans should be upset, Doug. If you're a Lakers fan this morning and you're ticked off that LeBron's leaving in 2 years, or even talking about it, wake up, guys. Wake up.
Okay, let's start with we will agree that everyone knows he wants to play with Bronny. That's where the agreements end. Okay, that can go unspoken. You can give your affinity for the city of Cleveland for your two different stints in Cleveland. You're under contract with the Los Angeles Lakers. They have moved mountains. Okay, moved mountains to try and build a roster to your liking. Okay, they have withstood the fact that you showed up drunk to a game when you were injured a couple years ago. Okay, they've put up with a lot, but that's because you're LeBron. You did win a championship in the bubble 2 years ago. And LeBron is still playing with great energy. LeBron shows up in shape. He does his work. He's a professional. He's amazing. Okay? but under no circumstances is it okay to talk about playing somewhere else when you have a year and a half left under contract with the Lakers or with any team. Okay, we have, again, this is I cannot believe that you, for example, or others, just like the first discussion, like Dick Vitale, we should eliminate handshake lines. Like, wait, that's your
don't
take.
A jab at Vitale. Come on, he's in a tough spot.
I love Dick Vitale.
Yeah.
Okay, Dick Vitale has been amazing to me and to my late father. Okay, but again, my point is more. The coach of Michigan takes a swing at the assistant coach of Wisconsin, and your takeaway is we should do a handshake lines. LeBron James says the door is still open to Cleveland with a year and a half left in contract, and you're trying to fix the Lakers this year. Here's what he's telling you: like, he's checked out. Okay, he's doing exactly
Anthony
what
Davis just went down, so this season he's checked out. Yeah, I would agree.
But why?
Well,
why?
Again, I'll make an argument when we get to Chris Paul and his major injury that the door is now slightly ajar for the Lakers to make a run when AD gets healthy.
We can discuss that, but like what you have done is so divisive to the Lakers, to the organization that you work for.
What do you
mean they know the deal?
They know the deal. They know he's going wherever his son is going. You're upset that he said it out loud, right?
No.
That's the problem. Everybody knew this, Doug. Come on. Wherever his son goes. Right. So who cares that he said it out loud?
Because you're under contract with the Lakers. You're mid-season with the Lakers. You're fighting to make the playoffs with the Lakers. And then next year, you have a season with the Lakers. Okay? You don't do it.
Again,
think about that. Hold on. Think about that. Do you know how would my bosses react? Okay, if I sat here and said, I was at ESPN for 10 years, not closing the door when my contract's up on ESPN. And
Doug, I love you. You're not LeBron James. LeBron's averaging 29, 7, and 6. He's the greatest player in NBA history. Dude can say whatever he wants. He can say whatever he wants. And by the way, you know who else loves this? The NBA. They gave us a talking point on Monday morning in the first hour of a national radio show. We're talking about quotes potentially 2 years down the road. They love this.
No, they don't.
LeBron is giving chum to all the media. There's going to be columns written about this. There's going to be takes on TV, radio, podcasts. This is a story thanks to LeBron. How's that a problem?
That's the problem.
Oh, we should talk about the dunk contest. You're right. I forgot.
No, talking about a place that you don't work for when you're under contract for a year and a half. You don't do that. Okay? That violates anybody's sense of what's right from a team perspective. You talk about a guy like he's some great teammate. Like, dude, all he's playing this year is to put up numbers to pass Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He's not play. You got to play to win.
Well, you don't think he's trying to win. You don't think LeBron's trying to win this year.
I do think he's.
Okay.
I think he's trying to win, but I think what's really important to him is the legacy stuff. Like he has
obviously
pretty much checked out of the idea of winning with this team, and he's checked out. He's either leveraging the Lakers to give him a Kobe Bryant-like contract extension and then draft Bronny James. Hey, man, I don't really want to move. I don't want to up with my family, but I will if you don't want to re-up me and give me 4 more years or whatever, or give me another deal. You don't say that out loud. You don't say it in front of a camera. It's at minimum, it's divisive to your current team. And he's done this before, okay? When he was mad that they didn't make the Anthony Davis trade 2 years ago, and he pouted, and he sat by himself at the end of the bench, okay? So I think we can both agree that we knew that was ultimately his plan. But saying that there's a possibility of playing back in Cleveland a year and a half from now it's embarrassing. You don't do it. No one would say it's okay. And you said I'm not LeBron James. I agree, which makes it even more important that LeBron James doesn't say it, doesn't act this way. And yet he has.